focusing on phase 2 of clinical drug trials and what that looks like. So I told you last time that there are 3 phases: phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Imagine that. And phase 1 was testing safety, and phase 2 they're looking at its effectiveness. So once they get to phase 2, people that have the illness or the disease or the tumor that they're targeting, so in our world, people that are living with sickle cell, enter into the trials. So before they were looking for healthy volunteers to judge how safe it was, and now in phase 2, they're really looking for some preliminary data on how the drug affects people living with sickle cell. So these studies are typically much bigger, usually between 50 and a couple of hundred. It really depends on also the population that you're serving. So because sickle cell has such a smaller population and we're a rare disease, the number of people that they're going to be able to get into a phase 2 trial to see if it's effective will be smaller than, say, we were dealing with something like, say, diabetes, where there's a much larger pool of people that could enter into the study. So when you look on clinicaltrials.gov and you see a phase 2, you know that it's already been tested for safety. So it's already safe because some really awesome, willing participants took on that phase 1 trial and found out what the common side effects were for you and what the maximum tolerated dose was. So by the time you get to phase 2, it's already been proven safe, and now they want to see, is it showing any promise in what its main goal is? So let's say it's to reduce pain, which is a pretty frequent one right now. And is it showing promise in that area? So they start to test the people using both what they call a placebo, which is just nothing. A lot of times it'll be like saline or just a pill that doesn't actually have anything in it, with their drug. And the doctors don't know who's getting which, the sponsors don't know who's getting which, and the patients obviously don't know. And so that helps to make it so that the outcomes aren't skewed. Because if I told you, hey, I want you to take this drug, and your pain is going to be instantly reduced the moment that you take it, the likelihood that psychologically you would start to feel a little bit better, even if the drug itself had absolutely no control over that, is pretty strong just from a psychological standpoint. So they try to avoid that so that they can ensure that the positive effects you're feeling are actually from the drug and not from the psychological excitement of hope that a drug would work, which in the world of sickle cell, we're all really hopeful that some of these new drugs in the clinical phases are actually going to work. So if somebody told me it would work, I might psychologically start to get really excited about that. In phase 2, they're looking to see if it is showing some promise in its efficacy. So does it look like it's becoming effective? Is the data showing that the people that are receiving the drug are having a different outcome, positive hopefully, than the people that are not receiving the drug? So if the outcome is positive, meaning it's going towards a shortened pain crisis or higher fetal hemoglobin, all of those different things that they're testing, then they can move forward with going to phase 3. So tomorrow we will talk about phase 3.